Samsung's One UI 7 has now been leaked in a video, revealing many more details about its design and functionality. To start, let me show you some renders made by Batrox360 based on the icons leaked by Chunbai on his X account. So, these renders give us a much closer look at how these new Samsung icons would look, which apparently include gradients, a complete redesign for the gallery icon, the camera icon, the Samsung Internet icon, and evidently the icon that stands out completely is the Google Messages icon. Because if you didn't know, it is said that in the next Samsung update, Samsung's native messaging app will disappear to give priority to Google's messaging app, obviously as a result of these strange agreements that Samsung makes with Google. At the very least, they should ask them to give a chance to change the icon, because it looks very ugly compared to the others. It doesn't seem to follow the same design line, and that makes it stand out a lot. There's another screenshot where the much more rounded design of the settings elements can be seen. And interestingly, it catches my attention that they've changed the name of QuickShare to S, which would be very strange because Samsung managed the merger of QuickShare, which was from Samsung, with Nearby Share, which was from Google. So somehow Samsung's technology was implemented in all Android devices. And now I don't know if Samsung is going to release a different update or what is happening. Maybe it's just because it's in a testing stage. The truth is that the icons and switches look much better designed, a bit more rounded, and a video has been leaked showing how this kind of dynamic island looks, in this case, focused on the stopwatch. As you can see, there is a small pill next to the clock that you can tap to open more controls. Honestly, I think it's a good implementation, although there are several people complaining they don't like how it looks, but there are people who complain about everything. Actually, I like this new implementation. Evidently, in that same pill, Samsung will surely be able to give you music player controls and could even open it up to more developers so that, for example, you can see the progress of your DD order or something similar. It is also said to have better transitions and animations throughout the system. Another screenshot was leaked that mentions continuity in notifications, meaning that all your devices with the same Samsung account can receive the same notifications for video calls or calls. It currently works with calls and messages, but I think they are going to improve it to sync a greater number of notifications. But what we were all waiting for is to be told how the quick settings panel will look, and it seems it will be divided into 2 pages, as is the case with many current layers, like Xiaomi, Honor, Huawei, and others. Note that the notifications, according to the photo leaked by Chunbai, will be super rounded and very compact. Surely by tapping or swiping on them, you will be able to reveal a bit more information. And on the quick settings page, notice how the display settings and sound settings have been grouped into a kind of box with rounded corners, leaving the rest of the elements at the top, which you can obviously scroll down. By default, there is very little text, but when you expand this panel, you can discover a bit more text. Honestly, I think it's a nice and beautiful design. A bit more original than the rest of the brands that have recently copied Apple with the vertical brightness and volume sliders. In this case, Samsung keeps the sliders horizontal. I think it looks good. We will have to wait a little longer because it is currently in a very early stage. In fact, Ice Universe points out that as of today, it is a system completely full of bugs, and he would not recommend that Samsung release the beta soon because many people would be complaining about numerous errors. And indeed, speaking of Ice Universe's posts, he noted that with One UI 7, Samsung is finally going to optimize the camera of the Galaxy S24 Ultra, pointing out that the 50-megapixel mode with a 5x zoom will have an impressive improvement. I hope that's the case because Samsung is taking a long time to optimize this Galaxy S Ultra. The next generation is almost out, and the camera is still not optimized, but we'll have to keep waiting a little longer. Surely in the coming weeks, Samsung will release the public beta for some users in selected countries, but we will do our best to install that beta if it becomes available to show you the new features firsthand.